So you've got a graph of a line, and you need to write an equation for that line in point-slope form. Sometimes point-slope scares people a little bit, but it's actually easy. I think it's the easiest form to write an equation for. All you need is, well, a point and a slope. You can pick any point on the line. They'll all work equally well, although sometimes in certain math questions they'll ask you to use a particular point, and usually it'll be sort of highlighted. So in this case, let's use this point right here. If you look at the coordinates of the point, we've got an x and a y. The x is 1, 2, 3, so negative 3, because we're 3 to the left. And my y coordinate, I'm up 1, 2, so I'm up at a height of 2. So I've got this point, negative 3, 2. And then we've got the slope. How do you find the slope? Well, it's rise over run, right? So slope, we sometimes call it m, is rise over run. And we can find that on the graph. So the rise is the change in y. We're starting from this point and then going to really any other point on the line. I would pick one that's easy to find. So like this, it really clearly hits right here. Now you could use like a point down here or something, but I think this is the easiest one. So looking from this point to this point, the rise is the up and down change. In this case, we're going down by 1, 2 hops. So our rise, because we're going down, is negative 2. And the run is how far we go to the right. So we just go over by 1. That's a run of positive 1 because we're going right. So our slope, rise over run, is just negative 2 over 1, which we can actually simplify to just be negative 2 because dividing by 1 doesn't do anything. So now we've got our point, we've got our slope. It's nice and easy to write the equation, and you can sort of make a little template for yourself. I like to do that sometimes. It looks like this. And you just got to fill in the template. So we can fill in the point. Remember, with point-slope form, the x and y values sort of flip around to become the opposite of what they were. So this x of negative 3, we're going to put it next to the x, and because it's negative, it'll flip to become plus 3. It goes next to the x because it's the x coordinate. The y coordinate goes next to the y, and that positive 2 flips to become minus 2. And then the only last step is this slope. We need to take our slope of negative 2, and that always just goes in here. It's being multiplied by the x. So that's our slope, and this right here is your final equation. That's your point-slope equation for this line.